Good morning. Good morning. It is 10 to 11 a.m. here in Tokyo. Oh, just hit the table. Tokyo, Japan. Nihon. That's what we call it here. Friday. What a week. Just finished up with my private mastermind coaching group of stars. There are some absolute stars that I'm coaching at the moment. Just awesome, like leading their industry and becoming, nation and global leaders. There really some amazing business owners, some entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and we had a great discussion this morning. It's my favorite part of the day. Truly is. It's the day where as one of my students used to say with my course, hey Jason, how are you, mate? With where are you located, Jason? Because you're always on when I'm kind of around, which makes me think that you either a night owl or you're in my kind of time zone area. But regardless, there's some awesome people under coaching, and it's a great little community of entrepreneurs, business owners, business development people, coaches, IT guys. I mean, I coach a whole range of people, and it is my favorite part of the day. And for you guys that deliver services to people, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. When you're actually Detroit, well, you're not even anywhere near me. Detroit, Michigan, right, there you go. You're not, you're a night owl. I guess it's like 7, 8 p.m. No. Now it's like, 9, 10 p.m. there. So I love Friday mornings, absolutely love them because I love doing those calls. I actually had an open Q&A call for all my past graduates as well. So for me, my coaching guys, I don't abandon people once they finish my program. Every month there's a group coaching call, plus there's a secret group. Yes. So you're currently watching me in the public LinkedIn Sales Funnels for Entrepreneurs, but I have a secret group. Another group where the magic really happens, where I share the stuff that makes magic. It's kind of overreacting, yeah. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was, and Marshall, if he's watching or you come on later, Marshall, you kind of put this in my mind as well. And he asked a question about what's the best tip for engagement on LinkedIn? What's the best tip? Just drop your best tip. Now, that's the thing. It's really hard to execute one tactical bit of advice and expect to see massive gains on LinkedIn. It generally doesn't work like that. Building a strategy for LinkedIn is like building a house. You need to put in the foundations, then you pour the concrete slab on top, then you put the walls up, you put the roof on, you put the tiles on, then you fill out the walls, put the windows in, and then put your furniture. And it needs to be done like that. Now, if you just skip to putting the furniture in after you put the concrete slab, you don't have a real good house, right? And it just doesn't work that well. So there's a really a few things that really have to be sorted out before you can expect to get engagement. Now, you can go straight to reaching out to people. You can go straight to commenting on influencers' posts and getting in those discussions, which is awesome, and that will lead to that kind of direct engagement. But what happens is people will eventually go back to your profile. And that is where you get, certainly on the passive side of things, but more importantly, on your active outreach, on your proactive outreach, it's that profile which is the key. It's the profile which is the key. Not only on the back end with the algorithm where LinkedIn is ranking you based on 4 key pillars. So it's ranking you using their social selling index. If you don't know what that is, just Google LinkedIn social selling index. It's a whole different discussion, but there's 4 pillars that the social selling index ranks you on. And they show you what they're ranking. They give you a big hint of what to do on LinkedIn to get the majority of visibility and to get exposure. I have a decent little start at 7.5 there, and I've started posting daily, but I get such little engagement. It's aggravating. Yeah, and it's probably because if you actually pulled up your 7,500 people, Jason, and you applied a filter to it, I would dare say that maybe only 20%, 15% have actually come on and posted anything on LinkedIn in the last 30 days, and therefore they're simply not seeing you. That's one thing. And then looking at, are you using a mixed group of messaging, user status updates? And, yes, those people who do these amazing long form posts and get hundreds of likes and stuff, good on them. I think that's not the majority of people, because the majority of people can't kind of put together stuff like that. The majority of your money is going to come in outreach. 95% of what you do is going to come in from you going into the market, you picking the time, the place, the message, the person that you wanted to deliver it to, and you deliver it. That's just the hard, cold facts on LinkedIn for 99% of people that I see. It's, yes, the posts will keep you top of mind. They will keep you there, and people that are going through a sales process and their own funnel, when they come to the realization that they need the problem that you solve, then the good thing is, if you're there and you're consistent, you will pick up people from that. But the fact is, truly, 95% of what you make is going to come from your outreach. So anyway, and a part of that is going to be your profile. And the profile is just absolutely critical. And I talked about it the other day about the doctor frame. I call it the doctor frame. Having a profile, when someone lands on it, they instantly know the outcome that you provide. They instantly have a sense that there's social proof that other people are seeing you as the expert as well. It's really give me more prospects of that. Okay, have a look. Do that then, Jason. Go into Sales Navigator. Do a filter for first connections, and then check out the call out filter of posted in the last 30 days. I'd be really interested to see, out of that 7,500 people, how many actually have come on and posted in the last 30 days. So do that. Just go to Sales Navigator, run an advanced search lead. Top right hand corner is connections. Choose first connections only. Just no other filter. First connections only. Search that. Pull up the list and check the how many in the last 30 days. That will give you a bit of an indicator as well, how active your network is and why you're not getting engagement from them as well. Anyway, so profile. There's a few different things I noted, kind of 5 different things I just want to talk briefly about your profile and why it's not converting, and why that is a huge, huge issue. So even if you do all this outreach and you go to people and everything like that, if they are coming and viewing you and they're not seeing something that is congruent with your messaging, they're just going to click off. Yeah, they're just going to click off. They're actually not going to stay. They're not going to engage with you any further. So there's a few things. There's a few things that are confusing people on LinkedIn and confusing your ideal client targets. Number one, you're trying to be too much to too many people. That's simple. You really need on LinkedIn. Well, first of all, if you've got a CV-looking profile, your profile is wrong already. Unless you're trying to get a job and you're an employee. But if you're an entrepreneur, this group is LinkedIn for entrepreneurs, sales funnels for entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, your page should not be an online CV. So if you've got that, go change that now. That needs to be completely revamped and changed into a promotional page. But the biggest issue that I see is people are trying to be too many things to too many people. And all you end up doing is you just appeal to nobody. Yeah. As they say, the riches are in the niches. It's actually niche, but the riches. Okay, so 1,600. There you go. If you're wondering why your 7,500 really is 1,600, what's that as a percentage? It doesn't sound too bad, actually. 1,600. Okay, 20%. Yeah, that needs to be up. When you start reaching out to people, connecting with people, make sure you're connecting with active players. It will change the game dramatically. 80% of your people are not paying attention. Yeah, because they're not coming on. and posting and stuff. So going forward, Jason, as you build your network, focus on active players as a priority. That way you will get a higher engagement rate, you'll get higher, your message will get more visible. Anyway, so the first thing I mentioned, you're trying to be too many things to too many people. Riches are in the niches, you've got to stay with that, okay? Because what's happening is people are coming in there and they're asking themselves, what does he do? Or what does she do? What is she offering? And if it shows that you are this kind of generalist, generally people that have a problem, they want someone who's a specialist, someone that can fix that particular problem. And if they see you as too much of a generalist, then they're going to click off you again. Now, you might say, well, I'm going to lose people. You won't. You won't. That never is the case. Specialization is where you make your money. I mean, it just is. It just is. Look at any company. Generally, they have a core set of products. They stay in that space and they work that spaces. That's where they make the money. So the same for you. Your LinkedIn profile, guys. One of the things that is currently killing engagement and currently killing your conversion is that you are trying to be too many things to too many people. Number two, it's not clear. Yes, it kind of touches on the above. It's just not clear what you do. It's not clear what your offer is. It's not clear what your outcomes are. That's really, really important. You have to look at your message. You have to look at, and a way to do this is to find strangers or friends that don't know you have a LinkedIn, haven't paid attention, and get them to go onto it. Do a live call like this with them and say, tell me, what do I do? And if they can't tell you within about 10 seconds, you've got a problem, because people will look at your profile and before clicking off, they're going to look at it for about 7 seconds on average before they click off and move away. You have got about 7 seconds, 7 to 10 seconds to impress on them that they should stay on your profile and read. And how do I know that? Mapping, by training over 100 consultants on how to use LinkedIn and seeing how people use LinkedIn. Plus, it's the same as reviewing CVs, and there's studies done by, I want to say HubSpot, but there's some studies that show, and I call it the 7-second skim. And what someone does, and just think about it yourself, when you click on someone new on LinkedIn, what do you do when you review someone? Well, what I do is I look at their photo first. They have a photo, look at their cover photo, cool. Look at what they're doing now. Look at their previous company. Or the current company, previous company. Then I slide right down to the recommendations, see if someone's got recommendations, see what kind of social proof, maybe look at their education, maybe not. Then I go back up to the top, and then I've decided, do I want to stay or not? And I do that within 7 seconds. That's what people are doing. I look at that summary, that quick summary straight away, look at the first 2 lines, and then I determine, do I stay or do I go? Now, you've got that same amount of time. That's it. You have to impress. So if it's not clear, if what you're offering is not damn well clear, you are getting clicked off. You are getting clicked off. There's a couple of people watching, so if you can make a comment so I know who it is so I can talk to you, please make a comment. Please hit that like button, as Landon Porter, like smash the likes, hit the love, smash the likes, hit the love. Let me know you're there so then I can speak to you specifically as well. So there's a love, there you go, there's a likes. Make a comment so I can see like, hey Ty, so then I know. I know Jason's watching, I know a couple other people are watching, but I don't know who you are. So that's the second thing. It's not clear. You're not being clear. Second, Imran, you're here. How are you, mate? Always a pleasure to have you here. The third thing, you don't actually have enough. Your profile is devoid of detail. Now, this is the fine line, and there's certain ways that you can structure a profile. If you have a lot of detail, you need to funnel someone through your profile. You need to direct them through the profile, and you need to do it in a way that doesn't bore the hell out of them. But if you don't have enough detail in there, that is as bad as having too much and having overwhelm for that person and making it look all messy. Not having enough detail can really be a death knell as well. When I click on someone's profile, when someone sends me a request and I see that they haven't even taken the time to complete part of their profile, I don't accept them. I get so many requests every single day. I turn down, for everyone I accept, I would turn down at least five. At least five. Hey, all right, yeah, Chinese New Year. Good stuff, Imran. You're doing, using your time wisely, mate. So, not enough detail is just as bad as not being clear and having too much and trying to be too much to too many people. Number 3, I can't read my handwriting. Go to number 4, research. Hey, Marius, how are you, Mr. Popular? Smart ass. No research. And what I mean by that is when you are framing your profile, have you actually done any research? Have you looked at your competitors? Have you looked at them on LinkedIn? Have you looked at what keywords they're using? What sentences, what syntax are they using on their profile? When you search on LinkedIn and you're searching for someone like you, and you put that into the search bar and you get a list of all the different people, they're your competitors. They're coming up at the top of the search results. Have a look. Oh, that's right? Cool. I can read my writing now. Research, and then model. I don't say copy. I say model. Model their syntax, model their, if they've got a profile, and you'll see a boring profile, and then you'll see, like one of the students I've coached, their profiles just like resonate and they're just brilliant, and you know exactly what they're about, and they've done the research. Use different tools to find out what words are popular in your industry. Really know how people are finding you. It's really important, guys. If you haven't done the research, your profile is going to suck. The other thing that's going to suck is if you are, so not enough information and devoid of that. And then the other thing is salesy. If your profile is too salesy, you are going to lose out on LinkedIn. People are not going to connect to you because you know what they're thinking. They're thinking, as soon as I connect to this person, what are they going to do? Value vomit. They're going to do a value vomit into my inbox. That's what they're thinking. So if you're wondering why you've set up this profile and you think it's client facing and you think it's promotional style rather than CV, but in fact you've gone too far to the right, you've put on your cover photo, you've got like download this, and you've got ticks like save money, save this, do that, blah, 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 offer this service. If you've got that as a cover photo, that is screaming, don't connect with me because I'm going to spam your inbox. I'm going to drop an email in your inbox as soon as you connect to me, and I'm going to have a download. I'm going to have a video for you to watch. I'm going to have a schedule saying, hey, book a call with me. If you're doing that, you're doing a value vomit. Trademarked in the USA. So can't copy. You're doing a value vomit, and people see that on your page. If your page is too salesy, and if you're wondering if it's too salesy, if you're wondering, oh, I think it's too salesy, yes, instantly, yes, it is. And the way to do that is also ask 3 or 4 people, show them your website, say, show them your landing page. What do you feel? What are you feeling when you see this? If they mention the word salesy, you're going about it wrong. Because where the money is when you are seen as an authority on LinkedIn, when you are seen as that doctor frame. Yeah, and I talk about it on my breakthrough calls a lot with people. When you're walking down the street and you see a doctor's surgery, he's not out the front handing out pamphlets saying, when you're sick, come in here, when you're sick, come in here. You walk past, you see his sign, you see his little plaque. You know, normally doctors, they have this little one. And you just know, wow, doctor, when I'm sick, that's where I go. Right? You know instantly, when I'm sick, that's where I go. That's where I go to get better. That's how your profile page should be. When people come to your profile page on LinkedIn, they should know that's where I go to get better. That's where I go to get my problem solved. They don't need to be sold. They don't need to see all the flash. They don't need to see the rah-rah. That turns people off. And especially if you are going into global markets, and this is particular for Americans. I see this all the time. North Americans, especially people from the United States of America, you guys are very, very different to the rest of the world. And that uniqueness is what makes you great as well. But you guys are You love the bluster. You love the fanfare. You love the like rah, rah, rah. Most of the rest of the world don't. Most like to be a bit more reserved. We don't like to blow our own trumpet. We had a discussion with this in my mastermind group this morning. In Australia, we call it the tall poppy syndrome. You know, imagine you're walking through a field and you've got all these flowers and then there's this one tall poppy standing out. What are you likely to do? Whack, right? Whack. That's what usually happens. That happens in a lot of other countries like the UK and Australia, for example. We don't like to be rah, rah, rah. So when we see a rah, rah, rah sales page, it makes us sick. It turns us off. But if we see a doctor's page, if we see a doctor, if we see someone with authority, we tend to be like, yeah, that's what we respect. We don't respect rah, rah, rah. So be careful that, especially if you're going to global markets, that you're not all about the sizzle. Yes, you hear, sell the sizzle, but the sizzle doesn't sell on LinkedIn. You've got to ratchet it back a little bit and keep that authority position, that kind of doctor frame. Does that make sense, everyone? Does that make sense to you? Because it has proven over and over again for my students and for myself that is the best frame to have on LinkedIn, and it gets the highest conversions. Because when I see someone salesy and I look at their page and they send me a request, I'm not connecting to them because I know what's going to come. I know it. It's the value vomit is next. And then I have to educate them because I can't help myself to say, hey, why'd you do that, dude? You don't know anything about me yet. You don't know what my problems are, my challenges are, my interests. You know nothing about me and you've just did a value vomit into my inbox and it's made you look worse. And even if you have a great product, you're going to start from a negative now because now you have to convince me to take you from negative to neutral. And then you're going to get me from neutral to positive. And then you're going to take me from positive to buying. So good luck with that. So don't value vomit. So there are the 5 main things that I see over and over again. If you like that, like the button. Like it. Press the love. It boosts this post for me. Gets more people to see it. I want to help as many people as possible in the group. So they're the 5 things. Don't be too many things to too many people, right? That's killing you. Don't be too many things to too many people. Number 2, be clear with your messaging. Be crystal clear what outcomes you provide. What outcomes you provide. What is the problem you solve and how you solve it and how good you are at getting it and having other people show them that other people think you're also good at getting it. Number 3, not enough detail. You've gone the other way. You're devoid of detail. Hey, Amanda, I didn't know you were there. I'm on this Ecamm, and one thing I can't see who is actually on it. So I don't know how much longer I'll use Ecamm for. But anyway, so Amanda, you're there. Awesome. That's number 3. Number 4, too salesy. If you're too salesy, abandon that ship now. Get off that ship and get onto the doctor frame. Get onto the little doctor frame raft. And number 5, you're not doing research. You have not researched your competitors. You have not researched how people would find you on Google. Hint, hint. The way that they find you on Google is pretty much how they're going to find you on LinkedIn. Did you know that? So there's a little hint for you. I don't want to go too far into it because that's saved for people who pay me to learn my secrets. But there's a tip for you there. So research. So that's what's killing your conversions. That's what's killing your engagement. That's what's killing your visibility are those things. That's what it comes down to. I see it over and over and over again. And people say, well, how do I get, well, that's how to do it. Avoid those things. That will absolutely save you so much heartache and wasted time, guys. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. If you have any question, please post it now. Or if you want to comment, please post it now. And I will answer it right now on this call. Any question, I'm going to do it. Going once. Going twice. If you've got anything. Anyway, if you have anything, post it in the comments as well after the call. Ninja. Ninja. I love it. There's some, you know what's really cool, Amanda? There's some places in Japan you can go and visit like this ninja, there's a ninja cafe, ninja restaurant, which is kind of cool. They in ninja stuff. There's like a little town and it's like you'll have like Western World in the States, or you'll have like, you've got Disneyland. There's like Ninja World type of thing. It's really cool and doing ninja stuff. So I love ninjas. Good, Jason, tremendously. I'm glad it helped. So there you go. Because I think I looked at your page. I think I actually did do some stalking of you the other day. And if I remember right, you're selling sales techniques, right? You're a sales dude. You sell sales stuff, sales training, I believe. But I kind of got a sense too salesy. So, but you're a sales guy, so I understand that. However, too salesy. Shh. See, I research people. I look here. I'm not one of these group owners that just like, collect people. I look, sales promotion. Yeah. I knew it was sales related. I look at a lot of when a day on LinkedIn. So, but good to remember that. So there you go, guys. Hope that helps. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the love. That's awesome. Post this up. And as Landon Porter would say, smash the button now. Let me know you're there. But it's really cool. With the awesome of Ninja. Oh, they would. So many. There's a show in Japan. It's called, basically it translates to Why Did You Come to Japan? It's one of the most popular TV shows. It's so terribly produced. It's like these two guys sitting with green screen. They have a fake crowd, but it's great. They go to the airport and they interview foreigners when they come to Japan. And then if it's an interesting person, they will follow them during their trip in Japan. The Japanese love watching it because Japanese love to see that people love their country. And they're like, oh, you love our food, you love this. Now, what I have noticed, when I came to Japan in 1998, August 7th, 1998, I knew nothing about Japan. I had no interest in Japan. It was just a stop on the way to Europe. However, I stayed for 20 years, so go figure. What I see now, whenever they interview, it is like 80% of people are saying, oh, Japanese anime, okay? I love manga. I watch the comics. I'm like, seriously? This whole generation of visitors, it's all based on entertainment. Which makes sense, but anime and manga, it's incredible how many people are coming because of that, which is great for Japan. But I didn't realize just how popular it is out there in the rest of the world. I don't read comic books. In Japan, they love comic books. I don't read them. I have no interest in them. But it's so popular. And you just see these guys coming because of that all the time. It's incredible. It must be one of the hugest reasons people come to Japan is because of the influence of manga and comics that had on them. So yes, a whole group of nerds are now invading Japan every day to go enjoy the nerd kingdom. Next door to my building, I own this building that I live in. Next door is another building and there's a nerd shop, a comic book shop. Anime shop, but there's lines up every time there's something new coming. There's a whole line of people and waiting for some new character. It's just incredible. Yeah, the Ninja Town. The Ninja Town is kind of cool, actually. They do a really good job of these things. So love anime. There you go, Amanda. Nerd. Nerd. I love you still. But yeah, just that I never got into it as a kid. I did get into that not Gundam, like it was like some spaceship in the space. It was done like a battleship Yamato or whatever. And the guys were like in these fighting robots and that. I loved that. I thought it was American as a kid. I didn't realize it was Japanese until I came to Japan. I'm like, oh, that's Japanese. Yeah, awesome stuff. So anyway, guys, getting off track. Thanks very much. Remember those 5 things. Those 5 things are killing your conversions. Get them changed. Address them and have better success on LinkedIn. I'm out of here. I'm going to meet a friend for lunch I haven't seen for years. He's from Colorado Springs and he's back in Japan for a visit doing some work. So I'm going to meet him. He's awesome. He's also in my mastermind coaching group as well. So he's a great guy and he's in town. So I'm going to go visit. This is the beauty of being entrepreneur, right? You can just go off and have a lunch whenever you want, not worry about a boss. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Spelling there, Amanda. So yeah. All right. Adios. Thanks, guys. Really good to see you all. And thanks for the likes and comments. And I hope that helped. Have a great day. You too, Jason. Have a good evening, mate, in Detroit, Michigan. Bit cold up there. This time of year. All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.